Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Friday. If you're watching this, it's actually probably Saturday for you, but that's okay. Vancouver's always last in the time zone. So, what I want to talk about today, we've had a few people message us and ask, well, lots of things, but the one I want to respond to today is, how do we manage maintaining a strong friendship through all the traveling and living together that we do? How do we not get on each other's nerves and drive each other crazy? Thanks to Frank Dizzle for commenting on yesterday's vlog with that exact same question. So Frank, I'm gonna answer it, pal. Riker, Alexi, and I have been friends since the first year of high school when we were 13. We knew one another pretty damn well, but by the time we all graduated, we all went to separate universities. When we graduated university, however, we all moved into an apartment in Vancouver. A 2-bedroom apartment split between the 3 of us. I slept in the tiny solarium, and we all saved tons of money on rent because of it. We couldn't help but spend a lot of time together. Then it was time for work. Funny enough, Riker and I both worked at the same bar and during the same hours. Alexi would find himself there quite often as well, seeing as he knew the DJ and he was getting hooked up by the bartender. So, end of the night would roll around and we would leave the bar and head back home, only to wake up in the morning and do it all over again. We were spending a vast majority of every day with each other. We also have the same friends, so when any social gatherings were happening, we would usually all show up together as well. Thank God we had girlfriends or we'd never be apart. We got on each other's nerves, we pissed each other off, we pranked each other, and we fought quite a lot. We were spending an unhealthy amount of time with one another. But we had started this YouTube lifestyle and had video projects on the go all the time. That was both fun and stressful. So how the hell have we stayed friends throughout this whole endeavor? Let's get into it, shall we? So number one is we travel in a group of 3 or more. So if there's ever any kind of an argument or bickering between 2 people, they can just kind of split up and go 2 separate ways, and then somebody goes with one another and the other can do their own thing. It's easier if you've got a group of 4 or more, because that way both groups have at least a couple people in it, and then just give each other a couple hours to cool off and blow off some steam, and you'll be right as rain, you know, by dinner time, whatever. That usually works pretty well for us. Number 2, we always have a mediator. So if Riker and Russia are fighting about something, which has happened lots of times in the past, I usually will step in as mediator. And it's important to take the sides of both parties involved. So even if one person is just like outright wrong, it's just gonna feel like a slap in the face to them if everybody else is kind of saying, no, you're wrong. So point out the pros and cons of their argument. So, you know, point out, yeah, you have some good points, that's totally fair, but in this case, let's just do it this way. It's easier, whatever, it's fine, it works. And just kind of agree with both, but lean to one side. That way the person doesn't feel like they lost unanimously. It was more of a split decision. 3, we know each other too well. So having such an extensive history of friendship, anytime one of us is pissed off about something, it's usually pretty clear why or what it is that set them off or put them in that position. So for us, it's kind of easy to tell, this is why you're pissed off, and I also kind of know based on who you are, this is how we should deal with it. For example, me, when I'm pissed off, I usually just get really quiet. I don't talk to you, I don't pay any attention to you. And then when you guys ask me something, I'll just kind of like give you an answer, shrug, yeah, nod, whatever, super short, and I look away. I don't care. And they realize that, they get that, okay, Parker's pissed off, Parker's upset, whatever, just leave him alone. That's all it is. That's what I want the most. That's how I will resolve my issues quicker. Personally, I think as long as I've got my music and my headphones, I'll be fine in a couple hours. Just leave me to my own devices and we'll be good again. The thing with Russia, if he's pissed off about something that we've done, I always just make sure to tell him, look man, you raised some good points and stuff, that's cool, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. That's kind of how the mediator thing comes into play too, but everyone has their own thing, right? Like Riker, when he's choked or upset or whatever, like sometimes he takes it pretty hard, and I know that a little bit of positive affirmation from me or anyone else will really help him, because you can feel pretty hopeless when you've been put down in an argument or something, and like it's a terrible feeling. So a little bit of like positive encouragement really helps to like bring your spirits back up, and that's important to know. So I know that that will help Riker. Russia knows that leaving me alone will help me when I'm pissed off. We all just know each other well enough to be able to cater to what needs to be done when we're upset. So that's what really works best for us, because we do fight, we do bicker, and we piss each other off all the time. It literally happens every second day that we're in an argument or something about something. But here we are today, you know, 14 years later, and we're still doing this thing. So we don't let it get to us, which pretty much brings me to number 4. We've come too far. We've come too far in this whole endeavor, adventure, enterprise to really let some bickering and some arguments get the best of us. Like, we are working together for a greater cause. This is High on Life. You know, we started building this 3 or 4 years ago, and that's really exciting. It would be stupid of us, it'd be selfish of us to let our petty differences get the better of it when this is what we're working on as a team. So these are the reasons, these are the methods and the techniques that we use to deal with each other after these long hours, day in and day out. And for the most part, they work. I mean, we're still here doing what we do, and we love each other, even though we hate each other. So find some techniques like that that might work with you and your friends. Know what pisses the other person off, and know how they like to deal with it when they're pissed off, because the last thing you want to do is piss somebody off and then try to make it better by pissing them off even more. Like, if they want you to leave them alone, leave them alone. If they want you to like say some encouraging words, say some encouraging words. But when they're pissed off, they're not going to say that. So if you know in advance, it'll really help. That is the blog today. That's my advice to you, and that is our personal issues. That's what we do. So I hope that has helped kind of shed some light on if you're planning on traveling with somebody and you're going to be, you know, sharing a room with them for 3-4 weeks straight or something, and you're worried about your friendships. Just keep in mind some of those things that I just mentioned, because they really help, they work for us, and they're friendship savers. And honestly, that's the most important thing. So don't forget it. Also, before we go, just wanted to mention something. I picked up some new snowboarding boots today because I don't have any. I've got boots and pants and jacket and all that good stuff, but I don't have any boots until now. Did I just say I have boots? I had board and pants and jacket and all that good stuff, but I didn't have any boots. So now I've got boots. I'm really excited, and tomorrow's vlog is gonna be on a mountain. So going snowboarding tomorrow, mother. Thanks. See you tomorrow. And what's the word I'm looking for? Jacky backy. Easier on your ring. Whatever. 3. I forget.